What is up, everybody? KJ here, and in this video I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks in regards to trading meme coins. Now keep in mind, this is not financial advice, and meme coins represent the riskiest yet most rewarding asset class in the world. There is no other game like meme coins. I mean, you can make millions, even billions, look at the SHIB guy, or you can lose it all. And unfortunately, most people end up losing it all. So if you don't want that to be you, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and get ready to take some notes because we're going to be going through a lot of different strategies and thoughts on how to play this, as well as the timing of the market, when I think you should be holding for long term, when you should be flipping. So I'll try to go through things as quickly as possible. But yeah, this is high level shit. So pay attention and let's get started. Okay, so before we get into the charts and the theory on trading meme coins, just understand, I just want to go over some like basics to meme coinery. You will get rugged. You're gonna put money into something and it's gonna be gone. The dev's gonna take your money, shit is gonna go to zero. This type of stuff is gonna happen. So like risk management's super important. Like don't get cocky because you YOLO'd all in on one and you made a 10x and then you took all that money and put it into another one. Eventually you're playing with fire, you will lose it all. So do not put everything into each trade. Like, and especially when you're trying to be early on something, like if you look at DEX tools, you're going to see these DEX scores are going to be super low. I take risk on these. Like if I have reason to believe that the project is not going to rug, I don't care about this. But what the devs can do is they can just turn the contract off to the point where you're unable to sell and they pull all the liquidity out. And that's like being honeypotted / rugged. So one of the things people use is this thing called detect the honeypot. There's a lot of different ones. And if you wanted to kind of check, the way you would do that is you would go to this little button right here and click copy address. And then you open up your honeypot detector system and pick the chain. So this is on F, and you would just paste that in there, and this will tell you if it says it's like a honeypot, it'll say, oh, this is a honeypot. Now keep in mind something early. The devs take time to, like, when they're launching, they're not able to do all the code and all that, like to avoid this. So I've been in stuff that says this is a honeypot, and I knew the devs and I knew it wasn't, so I played it anyway, and it actually made for a better play. Like sometimes something that everybody thinks is a scam, if you know it isn't, or you have reason to believe it isn't, you can end up making even more money because nobody buys it early then. So that's what I mean by sometimes you get wrecked as well. Like there's a risk there. The other thing that you want to kind of keep an eye out for is the pre-sales as well as the holder distribution. So if you didn't buy immediately, what you want to do is you would click on this button, the Ethereum Etherscan button, and view the contract. And then you could click on holders and kind of see the distribution of the holders. So the null address, this means there appears to be some sort of burn. So if you see like a null address or something with 000 dead, that means that they've burnt tokens. That's cool. And then Uniswap v2, that's the liquidity. And then these are the holders. So you would want to see, so there's what, 10, 11, there's like 8 people with over 1%, a couple one with 2%. Like this is, it's not terrible. You don't want to see like people owning like 5 to 10% of the supply. More than that, a lot of these have limits where you can only own 2% on one single wallet. Do not think that people don't buy multiple wallets. It can happen, but you want to see like a nice even distribution with not like a ton of holders in the top 20 that have significant percentage of the supply. So definitely keep an eye out for that. All right. So aside from that, like all I could say is make sure to have a Telegram, make some friends, and stay super active. But let's look at the charts. I want to go over like the strategies and my thoughts on how to play these now as well as later. Okay, so to start off, let's look at Doge and SHIB. These are the two largest meme pumps ever. One note about the SHIB chart, this is Binance. It doesn't have the full price history just after Binance listing. So there was a whole, probably about a year of consolidation before this pump, and then it went from May 21st to October 21st before the real pump. So this was like the test pump, and then the next markup went absolutely crazy. But as you can see, even then it spent 6 months in a consolidation range, which ultimately broke out and led to these highs. Doge, this is the monthly chart on Doge, and you know, basically from its inception, it had all these different pumps that were, when you zoom in, you can see it and they look significant. But compared to the real one, it's absolutely nothing. But I guess what I wanted you guys to understand is that to get a pump like SHIB or Doge, it's very, very rare that something moves that fast and that high without at least some significant period of consolidation and range where it allows larger players to accumulate the supply. So that's rule number one, is kind of like you have to limit your estimated target based off of how long it's been in a range and it's broken out. Okay, so you want to definitely keep an eye on that. Let's move on to what we're seeing right now as well. For these pumps to happen, they happen during, okay, October of 2021, right? And let's see what Bitcoin was doing then. Okay, Bitcoin is shooting up like a rocket. So for these pumps to happen, you're going to need Bitcoin also to be cooperating. Okay, like you can't have Bitcoin just going down, 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 and expect your meme coin to put in like a blow off top. It's very rare unless it's a new coin that's launching. So when you're playing like these newer coins, you have to understand where you are in the cycle of that coin as well as where you are in the overall market cycle. So BTC dominance, understanding how much of the market cap is being held by BTC and how much risk is being taken is extremely important. You can check out my other videos for more information on this, but you definitely want to see BTC dominance trending downwards. Also, when meme coins really start to rip, it tends to represent the end of the cycle, like the last of the peak greed. Like when meme coins are going crazy, it's showing such an intense level of greed in the market that you need to start being cautious actually with your whole portfolio. So the way it works usually is Bitcoin pumps, and then majors pump, and then mid caps, and then the meme coins start to do their thing. So other times you can also look for Doge. Like whenever Doge pumps, it's bullish for all alts. So you want to keep an eye out for Doge as like an indicator in regards to memes. Like if Doge is pumping, there's definitely opportunity to play memes on like a lower time frame. So let's look at kind of like some of the names that I've been seeing coming across Twitter. One of them is Chaos. This is a newer coin. You have to keep an eye. This is Dex Tools, but you want to look here and see like how much liquidity. So right now this thing has $31,000 worth of liquidity. You can't even pull any significant amount of money out of this. The market cap's 55K. It's down bad. So like what I want to kind of discuss, the only purpose for showing this chart is look at this, okay? Price range. So when you look, when the coin first launches, this is hourly, but you can see it consolidates kind of similar to SHIB, Doge, and then it starts to break out. And if you bought in this consolidation range, that's a 20x. Okay, now right now the liquidity isn't there at all, but like let's say you put a few $100 in, you could have pulled out a nice profit on this. So what I'm saying is even now, while the market is like recovering a bit, there are plays like this happening. You have to stay very, very active. You have to network. You have to keep an eye on the callers. Like all this stuff is part of the game. With meme coins, it's very difficult to win passively unless you're buying something in accumulation and then waiting a long period of time. That's really the easiest thing to do. But why I think this video is so important is because it represents like the guy that's coming into crypto with a few $100 or whatever. Like this is like one of their best chances to actually make significant life-changing money. It still does represent that. But I think right now for the new coins launching, like you have to, you're not really looking for 1000x's on the first pass. Like you want to get into a pump like this. So like let's say you see this consolidation range and you didn't get in, and then your favorite personality on Twitter tweets about it and it pumps up here. Guess what? It will almost certainly do plenty of retraces before it ultimately tops, at least on the lower time frame. So you want to kind of wait for the hype to die down and then see if structure holds. So if you look here, the structure held, it marks up again, and then this holds again. So if you're buying in here, you can still get, a few X's out of this guy without taking that much risk. Like let's say you bought in here. From here to the top, it's still 400%. And you have to factor in slippage. Some of these things have buy and sell tax. So like 400% isn't exactly 400%. But the point that I'm trying to make is if you can get into something like this early, like, and you get 300 to 500%, you should consider selling all of it, or at least make sure that you made enough profit out of it where you can hold on to a moon bag if it goes higher. But being that this is only hourly, like if you look at the daily chart, now this will either go to, it'll probably die potentially, or it's going to go like this for a while, you know? And if you're in the Telegram and you like the community, and you want to just start to load towards the bottom of the range and hang on, then you can do that. But my thoughts right now is like anything that's coming out new, like you're looking to get 5 to 10x, like don't get too greedy, and then get the fuck out. You know, honestly, start to build up that wallet. Let's look at another one, Anarchy. Same deal, right? This one, 88,000 liquidity. You can't get much out of it. There's no volume left. Market cap's $500,000. But if you look at the pump, like let's say you bought in here, right? From here to the top, almost 1,000%. So like these things are happening. You're not going to get this type of return in such a short period of time in anything else. But with that comes the risk. So like if you're not in like an insider, the way this works is like the dev makes the coin, probably tells some friends, they buy the listing, people start tweeting about it, then they sell, it dumps. And then if this range holds, like this is kind of like when it's pumping in here and marking up really quick, you don't want to FOMO into that. You're just going to get wrecked. Wait for it to do the retrace. Right here you see it does kind of like a double bottom Adam and Eve structure thing. This is where you can start to buy if you think it's going to have legs. And then it marks up and it does it again. Right? You zoom all the way out and now it's just bleeding all the way down. Okay? So like anything new, you're going to get these wild pumps, 10 to 20x, and then you don't want to be in it. You don't want to be in it, at least now. Another one, Spunk. This one looks like it's selling off now, too. Let's see what it did, though. So, look at the 4 hour, has a little more price history. Same deal. Initial listing, go sideways. This is probably where people were tweeting about it. It pumps and then retraces, but this holds. It doesn't go down. And as soon as we start to cross here, like this would have been your obvious sign that this is about to get very bullish. And there were also signs in the market as well, like altcoins are pumping, Bitcoin's doing well. People are more willing to YOLO long on meme coins. But like, let's say if you bought in here, right? Let's see. Oop, wrong thing. That's 1,000%. Okay, so this one had a longer period of consolidation than the other two. So bigger pump, a little bit better, larger market cap, but now it's not looking great. So we'll see what happens with it. Tsuka, this one's been pretty much only up, but it had a longer period. So I put these in order chronologically of which one was like around the longest. But like if you bought this wave, look. Wow. 45x, right? So congrats to the people that played that. I mean, this is phenomenal. What a pump. So this goes to show that some of the newer coins are doing well. So I think like it's a good time to start to try to get into some newer stuff and ride these pumps, see where they go. But make sure don't get peer pressure. Don't get upset if someone calls you a Jeet, whatever the case may be. Like at the end of the day, like you're trying to make life-changing money for yourself, your family, whatever you want to do. And don't let anybody peer pressure you into making poor decisions. There's nothing honorable about buying something like this, hitting a 40x, and then watching it round trip. There's no honor in that. Okay, so if you stay active, part of this is like having connections. Like I've gotten rugged on coins before, and I hang out in the Telegram, and then I keep in contact with people. We get rugged together, and then the guy will be like, "Hey, I just saw this. This just listed." Like to play meme coins, you have to have a Telegram account, and you have to be super active and have your ear to the street. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to make these connections, and the type of people that you run into in these Telegram groups, if you're early on something, they tend to be, you know, real pros, and you kind of trade different tips with each other. It's very important. Community is super important in meme coins. So now let's look at two other ones. I want to look at MRI. Okay, obviously if you follow me you know about this one, but same deal. Like when you look at it, had the first wave, did a bull flag, broke out. This is the top. The whole market topped around here, and now it's retracing, and it's in a range, right? So basically, like if you look at, let's look at this. Move this up. It's around 3 cents, like that level, and around 1 cent. So this is basically your range here, right? And when you look, you don't know how long it's going to stay in here, and you don't want to really be a buyer towards the top of the range, and you don't want to be a seller towards the bottom. So if you want to start to load up, like this has a good community, their marketing is really good, the project makes sense, it's dope, helping MMA fighters. Like anytime it comes back down to this area, like you want to scoop some up. That's it. You just try to load as close to support as possible, and then you just wait. And this being that it's at 18 million market cap, like maybe your target's 200 million or something. Maybe it can go to 500 million if it gets really crazy. These things are possible, because if it spends an extremely long time in here, then the market gets bullish and it breaks out, it will make a new all-time high, and you'll get crazy gains out of it. So my advice for something like MRI, like the stuff from past cycle, it's already has a huge wave going on, so it kind of like meets the SHIB criteria, where SHIB already did a pump and spent a ton of time accumulating, then it does another pump, accumulates. Like these are the ones that have more potential to do like significant gains that you will have liquidity for to exit, and will do giga pumps, really, that you'll be able to, you know, profit off of. Colt is another one. It's a little higher market cap. I'm not sure if it's exactly a meme coin, but it kind of fits into that category. And like you look at it as well, it's in its accumulation range. So how do we know when these are going to break out? You're going to want to see BTC dominance dropping, as I said before, as well as kind of like if Doge pumps or SHIB pumps, that's a good sign, and then you'll start to see them structuring out above these ranges and kind of like doing this, and once they start to do this, then you can pretty much guess which way they're going, because when something is in accumulation for a long period of time, when it breaks out, the longer it's in that accumulation, the more powerful the breakout will be. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my thoughts on meme coins. Keep in mind also, I am doing these quick little phone update videos, and if things change in the market and I feel like, okay, meme coins are off the table right now, I will make a video saying that, as well as if I think shit is about to go crazy, I will also make a video saying that. So make sure to subscribe, like, stay tuned, and keep your eyes open. I'm trying to be as active as possible and steer you guys in the right direction. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get this money, and everyone have a good one. Thanks for watching.